The music didn't fade. It died, like someone yanked the power cord from the wall, and the sudden silence made my ears ring. I was still gripping the door handle when every laugh froze mid-breath, and 100 eyes snapped toward me at once. Someone whispered, "Oh my God," not nearly quiet enough. I hadn't planned to be there, hadn't even worn a jacket fit for a rooftop ballroom in December. But standing there, framed by light and judgment, I felt it instantly. This wasn't surprise. It was fear. And in that crushing pause, I knew I'd walked into something carefully hidden from me. The party was for my wife's promotion. Senior director finally, after years of late nights and missed dinners. She'd texted me at 6:12 p.m., running late. "Don't wait up, Red Art." That was normal. What wasn't normal was the charge on our joint card for a valet garage downtown, $185, when she'd told me she was taking an Uber. I told myself it was nothing. Still, I found the invitation email on her iPad. Rooftop venue, open bar, black tie optional. "You coming?" I'd asked earlier. She smiled too fast. Spouses usually don't. We weren't perfect, but we were steady. 10 years married, 2 kids, a mortgage that ate half my paycheck, and a shared Google Calendar color-coded to survive. She handled chaos better than anyone I knew. I trusted her. That trust was the currency of our life. School pickups, dentist appointments, the way she'd kiss my cheek while answering work calls. "This promotion changes everything," she'd said, squeezing my hand. And it would. The raise, the stock options, the way she'd finally be seen. I didn't want to be the insecure husband who ruined her night with doubts. But something had shifted in the past few months. Her phone went face down more often. She started jogging at 5 a.m. with a coworker I'd never met. When I joked, "Who's this mystery fitness guru?" she laughed and said, "You'd like him." That answer stuck to my ribs. Still, I ignored it. I told myself, marriages go through seasons. Success changes rhythms. When the kids asked why Mom missed another bedtime, I said, "She's building something for us." I believed it, or needed to, because believing felt safer than asking questions I might not survive. At 8:47 p.m., my phone buzzed with a text meant for someone else. It read, "He's not here. Relax." No name, no follow-up, just that. I stared at it while the TV played muted highlights. I typed, deleted, retyped. Wrong number. I sent it. 3 dots appeared, then vanished. No reply. That's when the valet charge returned to my mind, sharp and insistent. I checked the venue address. 10 minutes away. I didn't tell myself I was going to catch her doing anything. I told myself I was bringing flowers. I grabbed my coat and drove. The lobby smelled like citrus and money. A woman at the elevator asked, "Event?" I nodded. On the ride up, my reflection looked older, smaller. The doors opened to music and laughter spilling into the hall. I rehearsed a smile, a joke, surprise, something supportive. As I pushed the glass door, I saw my wife across the room, glowing in a navy dress I hadn't seen before. She was laughing, head tilted, her hand resting on a man's arm. "Too familiar?" "I can explain," she said immediately when she saw me. The music cut. Someone dropped a glass. Faces went white. Not because I was unexpected, but because I was unwelcome. The man beside her stepped back, hands raised. "This isn't—" he started. My wife said my name like a warning. "Please," she whispered. "Not here." I heard murmurs. "That's her husband." Oh no. The room felt staged, like everyone had been given a script except me. "What is this?" I asked, my voice too calm. She looked around, calculating. "We should talk outside," she said. The security guard hovered, unsure. I hadn't shouted. I didn't need to. On the terrace, the city wind cut through my jacket. She crossed her arms. "It's not an affair," she said quickly. "It's complicated." That word again. the refuge of liars and cowards. You texted someone I wasn't here, I said. You charged valet. You told me spouses don't come. Her eyes closed. Because if you came, this would happen. I laughed once, sharp. So you hid me? She shook her head. I hid us. From the glass behind us, silhouettes watched. The man joined us, pale. I didn't know, he said, about the kids. That's when the twist cracked open. He wasn't her lover. He was her boss's boss, the one who controlled the board's narrative. She took a breath. They think I'm single, she said. They think I'm unencumbered. It's how they promote. I stared. You let them think I don't exist. She nodded, tears freezing on her lashes. It started as a joke, then it mattered. The man added, Investors respond to availability. My stomach dropped. So you flirted for optics? I asked. She whispered. I played a role. The music resumed inside, muffled and cruel. Did you touch him? I asked. She shook her head. No. He said, Never. I believed the words but hated the truth more. She had erased us to be chosen. You chose them, I said. She reached for me. I chose our future. I stepped back without thinking. The man cleared his throat. This isn't illegal, he said, like that mattered. But it's a problem. He looked at her. HR will hear about this. Her face collapsed. In one night, the secret meant to secure her place detonated, taking everything with it. We drove home in silence. At a red light, she said, I was scared you'd say no. I answered, You didn't ask. She cried then, quietly. I didn't sleep with anyone, she repeated, as if purity were the only metric. At home, the kids slept unaware. We sat at the kitchen table. What happens now? She asked. I said, You tell the truth? She nodded. They'll pull the offer. I nodded back. We'll sell the car, I said. We'll adjust. She looked at me like she'd never really seen me before. The fallout was swift. She resigned before HR could rewrite the story. Friends chose sides without understanding the question. My phone filled with advice. At least she didn't cheat, one text read, as if trust is only broken by bodies. She took a contract role with fewer hours. We canceled the vacation. The kids noticed the tension. Are you mad at Mom? Our daughter asked. I said, We're figuring things out. That was the truth. Nights were long. We spoke more than we had in years. Not gently, not kindly, but truthfully. And that hurt more, while healing deeper. Couples counseling was costly and humbling. You outsourced your marriage to your ambition, the therapist said softly. My wife flinched. I thought I was protecting us, she replied. I said, You protected an image. She slowly learned to say husband out loud again, without hesitation. I learned that trust isn't a switch. It's a ledger. We rebuilt it line by line. Some days, I still pictured that room, the pale faces, the way my presence shattered their illusion. I'm sorry, she said often. I believed her. Forgiveness wasn't forgetting. It was choosing to stay, every day. The man from the party emailed once. For what it's worth, I admire your composure. I deleted it. We downsized, changed our habits, reclaimed dinners together. My wife turned down a role that demanded flexibility. She looked at me and said, I choose us. It sounded different this time. Earned. Trust returned unevenly, like a limp, but it returned. When people asked why she left, she said, I wanted my life back. That answer held. We were poorer in some ways and richer in others. The secret lost its power once it was dragged into the light. Sometimes I think about that door handle, the moment before everything changed. If I'd stayed home, we might still be living a better paid lie. but once truth is seen, it demands a response. I didn't uncover an affair that night. I uncovered a deal made without me, one that cost more than it gave. We survived because we chose transparency over applause. The lesson wasn't about jealousy or careers. It was simpler and harder. If someone loves you, they don't erase you to be chosen. And if they do, love can only begin again when the erasing ends.